The billionaire's private jet was unusually noisy that day. His infant daughter, baby Ava, had been crying for almost 2 hours straight. No one, not the flight attendants, not the nannies, not even the exhausted billionaire himself, could calm her down. The hum of the engines mixed with her desperate wails until the entire cabin felt heavy with helplessness. Mr. Harrison, a man worth billions, had everything money could buy but not the power to soothe his own child. His designer suit was wrinkled, his eyes tired, and his patience fading. The nannies whispered among themselves, afraid to fail their employer again. "Try singing to her," one suggested nervously. Another tried rocking Ava gently, but the baby only screamed louder. That's when a quiet voice came from the back of the plane. "Sir," said an elderly black woman in a worn floral dress, sitting in the economy section that Harrison had insisted remain attached to his luxury cabin for staff. "May I try?" The billionaire looked at her, puzzled. She was one of the cleaning staff hired for the journey, a last-minute replacement named Mrs. Louise. Her hands were rough, her clothes simple, and yet her eyes carried a softness money couldn't buy. Desperate, he nodded. "Please, if you can do anything." Mrs. Louise stood slowly, her joints creaking as she approached. Everyone watched as she gently reached for the baby. Ava's cries quieted for a second, then stopped completely when the woman began to hum. Her voice was low, warm, and full of something ancient: comfort, wisdom, and love all at once. She sang an old lullaby, one she said her grandmother used to sing on stormy nights when the world felt too loud. Within minutes, Ava's tears dried, and her tiny hands relaxed against the woman's chest. The jet, once filled with noise, fell into a peaceful silence. The billionaire's eyes glistened. How did you do that?" he whispered. Mrs. Louise smiled softly. "Sometimes, baby doesn't need money or medicine, sir. Just love and someone who remembers what it feels like to need it." For the rest of the flight, she held Ava like her own grandchild. When they landed, Harrison offered her a blank check, but Mrs. Louise refused. "You can't pay for what comes from the heart," she said. Weeks later, the billionaire built a community center in her name, Louise's Arms, to support struggling mothers. Because that day, a poor woman taught a rich man the most priceless lesson of all. Real wealth isn't counted in dollars, but in kindness.